Hi, I'm Heather McConaughey, registered nurse turned nutritionist, and today I'm going to teach you how to make these amazing gluten-free, low-sugar chocolate chip cookies that everyone will love. Let's go through the ingredients and everything you need to make these amazing cookies. You're going to need some gluten-free flour, you need brown sugar, classic monk fruit sweetener from Lakanto, salt, baking soda, butter, vanilla, 1 egg, and Lily's dark chocolate chips. These are delicious and amazing. They're sweetened with stevia, and it's a great little hack to cut down on your overall sugar intake without sacrificing flavor. To start, preheat your oven to 350 degrees and get a baking pan ready. I love to use a Silpat baking cover on my baking sheet because it creates a really uniform baking texture to all the cookies, and it even shows you where to put each cookie. We're gonna use an electric mixer to mix up our butter and sugar, so let's get started. Put your butter in a bowl. I don't know about you, but I love some butter. Add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So one of the ways that we're saving sugar in this recipe is we're gonna use a little real sugar to help give that warm flavor to the cookies, but then we're gonna replace the white sugar with our Lakanto monk fruit sweetener. Now add 1/2 cup of the Lakanto monk fruit sweetener. I absolutely love this sweetener because it's very sweet, it has a great mild flavor, and monk fruit has actually been shown to have some additional anti-inflammatory properties that are really beneficial in our bodies. Okay, now we're gonna cream the sugar and butter together. If your butter gets too stuck in your mixer handles, then just use a knife and scrape it out. Sometimes this happens and you just kind of scrape it out, and we'll add the egg and mix it up. It's really important that we find healthy alternatives to our favorite foods, otherwise we just won't stay committed to a new healthy eating pattern. I know when I was first starting to eat healthy, I had a major sweet tooth. I absolutely loved baking, I loved cookies, brownies, and cakes, and I knew that if I didn't figure out healthier alternatives for my favorite foods, I wasn't gonna be able to stick to my healthy eating goals. So one of my #1 priorities was discovering healthier ways to bake and cook my favorite foods like pizza and burgers and cookies. Now we're gonna add the egg and vanilla. So just toss your egg right in there. And we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm just gonna eyeball it today. One of the things I love about cooking is, well, just kind of estimating things and discovering how things go, but you can use 2 teaspoons of vanilla at home. Go ahead and cream all that together. Once you have that well incorporated, it'll look something like this. And now we're gonna add our flour and other ingredients. I'm gonna scrape off the extra sugar and butter from my mixer blades, and then I'm going to use a handheld spatula to mix the cookies so that I don't over-mix them and make them tough. I don't know about you, but I used to love to lick the mixer blades after my mom was finished baking when I was a kid, and well, I still do. Now we're gonna add 1.5 cups of gluten-free flour, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon salt. Now grab a spatula or spoon and just mix this mixture by hand. You want the flour fully incorporated, so make sure that you mix everything well and there's no white spots left in your batter. Next, we're gonna add about 3/4 cup of the Lily's chocolate chips and stir those in. So good. I like my chocolate chip cookies to be pretty chocolatey, so if you like them a little less chocolatey, you could do 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. You could also mix in some walnuts at this point as well if you like. But I like a classic chocolate chip cookie, so we're just gonna use chocolate today. Okay, our dough is complete. Did you guys just ever eat the raw cookie dough straight out of the bowl? Yeah, I thought so. So I better taste test it and make sure it's okay. Perfect. Next, I'm going to put the batter onto my pan, and I'm going to place the cookie dough onto the Silpat with an ice cream scoop. And this is just a little trick to get yourself more even shaped cookies, and you can just place that right into the middle of the Silpat. You'll get a more uniform, evenly cooked cookie. I'll be right back. Our first batch of cookies is ready to go in the oven. We're gonna bake them at 350 degrees for just 7 minutes so they don't get overdone and they stay nice and gooey in the middle. Our cookies are out of the oven and they look absolutely perfect. So remember, just 7 minutes. Then let them cool on the pan for about 2 to 4 minutes, and then you can remove them to a plate. They are ready to taste test and they look delicious. Let's have a little crumbly bit of this cookie. They're literally like pillows that melt in your mouth. That's the key. Only bake them for 7 minutes for a perfectly soft, delicious cookie. Comment, like, and subscribe if you love this video, and tag me on your creations when you make this recipe on Instagram at Heather McConaughey. I can't wait to see you baking. I'll be over here eating.